Okay, I want to show you a couple things on the backing and why I ran the quilt the way I did. I've got a seam going right here on Rhonda's amazing Oregon quilt. Be sure and hit the arrow down below and watch the other ones because I have a lot of tips and each one of them is going to have a different idea going. She's got 2 seams in order to make the fabric wide enough. She has this gorgeous Oregon fabric, and I'm going to show you on the selvage what it says about Oregon on there. And so she's got a seam here and a seam here in order to make the fabric long enough to be able to accommodate the quilt itself. The quilt is not small. She's 107 inches one way by, let's take a gander real quick, a 95, 96 the other way. But because she had enough fabric going this long width way, I was actually able to run the 107 of the fabric of the quilt going this way. Given the options, I would love to do that because it means less rolling for me. I now have the 96-ish inches going this way. Had I had to run it the other way, yes, absolutely. If I had to run it with the quilt going vertical, for sure, I do that many, many times for a variety of reasons. But if I can possibly run the length this way, like getting most of the quilt, that's less rolls for me to deal with. Now, because the design, which I'm doing, is my maple leaf blues, because it's not really directional at all. Let's see if you can see that. See those gorgeous leaves right there? They're stunning, like Oregon in the fall, which I miss so much. I'm an Oregon girl. And because it's not really directional, because the front is not directional, because the back, which is stunning, is not directional, I was able to run the quilt this direction. But as a long arm quilter, that is the reason that I chose to run it this long way. There are reasons for that, and now I've explained some of them to you. And I just wanted to kind of let you know that I'm going to think all that through. When you bring a quilt over to Brenda's Quilting Studio, there's lots I have to think through, and that's one of the options that I do want to be able to accomplish for my benefit if I possibly can, but obviously not every quilt works that way. So as I'm looking it over, I have to be aware of what's going to happen with that quilt and what the benefits are with each decision. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you know when your quilt gets sent over. I'm going to be very aware of it. I'm going to be looking at all of the options because I want to make sure your quilt turns out with the very best option available to you. My friends, I'm from Oregon. This quilt just brings me so much joy. It kind of puts little tears in my eyes, to be honest with you, but I am loving it so much. Rhonda did such a good job on it. She has so many different designs going here.